To jest, proszę Państwa, absolutnie niebywała tragedia. Rozwijali tam swoje życia, mieli tam swoje rodziny, mieli zawody, prosperujące firmy, żyli po prostu od 20 lat w wolnym Afganistanie. Przyszli talibowie i w bardzo krótkim czasie podbili ten kraj. Niektórzy mówią, terroryści znowu przejęli Afganistan. Ci, którym udało się uciec z lotniska w Kabulu, trafili między innymi do Polski. Jeden z tych Afgańczyków, który w tej chwili przebywa w Warszawie, jest gościem wirtualnej Polski, pan Sabur Shah Dawod Zau, założyciel i prezes Fundacji Bin Dawod, ambasador pokoju, dziennikarz. Jako przedstawiciel, proszę Państwa, młodego pokolenia angażował się w sprawy polityczne w Afganistanie. Hello, sir. Thank you for your time.
You're most welcome. Thanks so much.
It's a pleasure to have you here in Wirtualna Polska. My first question is, what exactly did you do in Afghanistan? What was your job?
In Afghanistan we had most jobs, and I used to had my own charity foundation named Dawod Foundation, which was working for women's poor childs, and for the past 2 years we have been working for the there was a target killing of journalists, so we used to help all the families of the journalists who has been killed by Taliban and other terrorist groups. And as well as I was a director of Youth Assembly Afghanistan, where we had youths from 34 provinces, and we used to work for the government. And my last official position was working as an advisor for the Deputy Ministry of Interior Affairs.
Mm-hmm. How has the country, how has Afghanistan changed in 20 years?
Well, Afghanistan was changed very much, and it was very good in the last 2-3 years, and it was developing very good. But there were some countries which were unhappy with our achievements in our works. That's why they have tried to support Taliban instead of supporting the government of Afghanistan. They supported Taliban and to make their government and to get their own achievements in Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm. And did you expect such a violent defeat of the government in Kabul?
Yes, of course. You can see the media they are targeting women, they are targeting journalists, they are targeting all those youths which were against Pakistan and Taliban in a different way. Like they are targeting them in a protest, they are targeting them all those few days before. There has been 6 and 7 women which was working as a police with the prisoners. They have been killed one by one. So this is how they are doing their jobs.
Mm-hmm. And why did the Taliban conquer Afghanistan so easily?
There was some involvement of the US government, and as well as I told you before that, few countries which was unhappy with Afghanistan, like the achievement of Afghanistan, the work of the...
Like Pakistan maybe?
Yes, like there was, if I name them, there is a few countries like Pakistan, which was working for the Durand line. They were requesting our president to sign the Durand line for them, and our president was denying them. Then they said, I will never sign this thing. And the same the Iran, if you heard, we have inaugurated few water dams, and all the waters were going to the Iran, which was freely going to them. After the inaugurating these dams, they got some water problems, and they asked our president to give us the water. So our president said, if you want the water, you have to give us the petrol instead of them, which is like very different for them. So and so other countries, so all the countries came to support the Taliban to finish Afghanistan and have their own achievement in Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm. Do you have maybe a grudge against the United States or other Western countries? Do you feel cheated?
Yes, because 2 days before our president flee Afghanistan, I was in a presidential palace. There was a youth program, International Youth Day on 12th of August. So I have heard some news from the senior advisors of the president, and they said the US is pressurizing our president like to leave the country to Talibans. So this is how our president was pressurized to give the government officially to the Talibans. So according to that, the world would officially know them like there is an official government. But our president was enough smart and he flee Afghanistan just to not have the bloodshed in Kabul, because we have almost 7 million people in Kabul. If he was not be able to flee the country, so there would be a huge bloodshed in Afghanistan. And also there was a plan to capture the president and hang them out, like there was a we can say Dr. Najib which has been hanged out in Afghanistan I think 2 decades before. So the same plan was for the President Ghani, that's why he left Afghanistan.
Have you cooperated with Poland before?
Yes, since I used to work with a deputy interior minister, and after that she went to the woman, she was a woman deputy minister, and she had a good contact with the Polish government, like officially. So using that we have been connecting to the Polish government by them, and we have been working with them in several projects and things. So that's why when we saw that our life is in a danger, I had requested them, and finally I would like to thank the deputy minister of deputy director of the parliament, Miss Ioana Kulukwaz, and she helped me so much, and she was trying for me to get me out of Afghanistan for more than 10 days. And after 10 days finally she texted me that you have been selected in the list, you can come to Poland.
Right, what was the evacuation from Kabul like?
It was a bit harder, and we got several kind of problems like getting to the evacuation, but still thanks to the Polish government and their Polish soldiers, they helped us very much, like they get us very easy, and they treated us for their hospitality, and from getting to the airport, from airport to the airplane, they really helped us. I would like to again thank them, especially the soldiers who were in Afghanistan. They helped us in a very different situation and in a dangerous situation.
What did you live in Afghanistan? What about your family?
I left my family behind me because I was in a top list of the Talibans. They wanted to kill me. So my father told me that, son, I know you are in the top list. If you stay here, you will be killed. Somehow I can manage Afghanistan, but you should leave Afghanistan. Even it was a very hard moment for me. Like he was standing 5 meters behind me, in front of me, and saying a goodbye for me. And I was like crying, and I was just stopped that, oh father, how can I leave you? Even I asked him to come, but he said, if I come, I have my daughter, I have my sons, I have my family. Even I have invested for 20 years in Afghanistan. What will I do in a other country with a zero balance? The same, we came with a single bag. 20 years of achievement, 20 years of experience, 20 years of work. The same 20 years of experience. I had much money in the bank, but everything I left just to save my life.
So your father is now in Afghanistan?
Yes, he is currently in Afghanistan.
Do you have any news from him?
I am in contact with them since they got several kind of threats, letters from Talibans. Few days before I flee Afghanistan, some people came and requested my father that there are some people wants to meet you, and they were Talibans, and they asked them that we have heard some rumors that your son is working with foreign agencies and ministries, and he used to be a high official in Afghanistan. So my father said that no, he is a student and just a normal guy. So they said, okay, we accept we trust you. But when I flee Afghanistan, I posted in a Facebook that thanks to the Poland government that I flee Afghanistan. So again they came to my house and they told to my father that, oh, you have told us that your son is a student. If he is a student, how can he flee Afghanistan? So now you lied us and you are in a list with us. We will burn you and your family very soon.
So, is he in danger?
Yes, he is trying to change their place day by day, week by week, going from province to village, from village to province, from one province to other province, trying to change phone numbers, trying to change the location, each and everything. But he is telling me that I can still manage, like I have my brothers and family. He is telling me to get your brothers and families out of Afghanistan. I can still live there. I will try to live there because he had investment there. He has life there. I have been trying for more than 15 days requesting every government to bring my family back, but they said we have helped you, that's enough, we cannot do anything. Even still I am trying to bring them, but there is no chance.
What will Afghanistan be like now?
Like for now, Taliban is going to show that we have a new version of Taliban. We have been changed. We want to.
With a good PR?
Yes, they are saying that we are good people. But yesterday they announced a cabinet. There was no women ministry. One thing. The other thing, they are saying that we give priority to the women. They have only 2 women in a Tolo news. And for the rest of Afghanistan, they're trying to beat women, they're trying to shoot women in a protest. And this is how only these 2 people are just for the show off, like showing to the whole world that we have been changed. But no, they haven't changed, they are the same. They are just waiting to their government to be built and just to get the support of the European Union and all other countries, so they can trust them that, oh, they are new Taliban, they have changed. After that, they will be the same Taliban as they were before 20 years.
I have seen the picture with people, and there was journalism is a crime now in Afghanistan.
Yes, because yesterday they captured 2 journalists from one of the Itlat news, and you might seen their pictures in the news. They have beaten them. And they got their cameras and things, and they said you don't have to capture anything against us. And all those journalists who have captured anything against them, they will be beaten like the same.
And can terrorism develop in Afghanistan again?
Of course. Like Afghanistan was cleared in a 20 years, day by day, like street by street, province by province, by all international people. Like international troops came to Afghanistan and they have cleared Afghanistan. And also they have been working for 20 years for the mind of the youth to change them. And now we have gone same to the 20 years back. Either for a youth, for a journalist, for a human rights activist, there is a 2-way. Either to die or to cooperate with them.
And what about women in Afghanistan now?
Women have no life in Afghanistan. They are same as 20 years before. They will have to stay in a house. Like yesterday, there was a minister and he said, a journalist asked him that why there is no place in a cabinet for women. So they said, tell me the reason, why should I bring women in a ministry? We don't need women in a ministry and everywhere. They should stay back. Also, those women who are going to the university, they must have their brothers with their self. Or if they don't have a brother, they must have a husband. Even if they like to marry or not, they must have to get married to go out. So this is how forcing the women, forcing there is no freedom for women. They have to be in hijab, whether they like or not, they have to go. So this is how the current situation of women in Afghanistan.
So now you are here in Warsaw. How do you find yourself in Poland now?
I feel safe in a Warsaw. I would like to thank the hospitality of the people. Whenever I tell someone that I am from Afghanistan, they respectfully answer to my questions, and I feel safe. But my heart is still with Afghanistan. Like I told you before, I used to be the general director of Youth Assembly. Daily I got more than 55 emails from Afghanistan, and they are sending me the requests to bring us out from Afghanistan. Even they provide me many proof that we have been working with the government, we have been working as a journalist, we have been working as a social activist, as a human rights activist, and they killed my father, they killed my mother, and it's time for me. If you didn't get me out of Afghanistan in a 30 days, in a 20 days, I will be died.
So are you going to stay here in Poland and help them?
Yes, I'm requesting to all European Union and other like international communities to help them out, to bring them out. Of course, like most of the international communities told me that we can go to Afghanistan and let them out, but they can be able to go to the third country and can be flee from third country. If you really want to help them, they can go to the Uzbekistan, they can go to the Iran. Somehow we are against Pakistan, so most of our people cannot be able to go to Pakistan, because lots of our people was used to be in a security agencies like National Security Advisory and the Presidential Palace. So they are afraid to go to Pakistan, but they can be easily go to Uzbekistan, Iran and some other Tajikistan. So if they want to help them, they can easily flee them from there. And they are requesting me, sending me the proofs, the photos. Even my WhatsApp is full of their photos. They are texting me that, see, today they beaten me, tomorrow they beaten my brother, and it's time for us to help them.
My last question is, what would have to happen in order for you to return to your homeland?
Now, if I return to homeland now in the current situation, they will kill me.
You will die.
Yes, I will probably die, because there was some famous hashtags in Afghanistan, sanction Pakistan, in a Twitter. There was a famous Twitter hashtag sanction Pakistan, which was made by some of our friends along with me. Several times I have been threatened by Pakistan, and they said either to stop this hashtag trend or it would be not good for you. And as well as I know most of the people are from Pakistan. So probably whenever I go there, they will kill me. And also, if I tell you, most of my friend which was very near to me, all the people who were following me, they are changing their shapes, like having long beard, having cap, long old clothes, just to change their appearance, so the Taliban would not be easy to capture them. Still, whenever I call them, they are crying. They said, you left, okay, you left, you are in a safe place, we are happy. But we are in a war zone. Today, tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we will be killed.
Will you ever come back to Afghanistan?
I'm not sure. Because when the Taliban is there, I'm not be able to visit Pakistan.
Wstrząsająca historia, proszę Państwa, Afgańczyka, który, jak Państwo słyszeli, próbuje odnaleźć się w Polsce po ucieczce z kraju, który jest jego ojczyzną, który przez 20 ostatnich lat bardzo się zmienił się na korzyść, ale teraz ponownie po 20 latach został przejęty przez talibów, którzy właściwie cofają Afganistan o 2 dekady. to się wiąże z potężnymi tragediami, ze śmiercią i z dramatami. I o tym w wirtualnej Polsce opowiadał Sabur Shah Dawod Zau, założyciel i prezes Fundacji Bin Dawod. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.